Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today is a great day. We're saying goodbye to Your Honor and fuck this show. With season 2, episode 10, the Baxters did not pay. Fuck this show. I was very disappointed. You can stop watching if you want to have that. I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, I could maybe other people feel differently. Let's find out. Stacey, what'd you think about the ending of Your Honor?
Confused. Eugene wanted to witness protection for what reason? Exactly.
Because Rosie Perez said, I like this kid. So the government is going to pay for his living, housing, and protection for the rest of his life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What else?
I don't know this man, Jamani. I've never seen this man before in my life.
Well, you did. You just don't remember. But he was in force, so you did. But it's okay.
Oh, you found it. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, yeah, you saw him. You don't remember him?
She blocked out all the random black drug dealers. It's a lot of them. It's a lot. I mean, but anyway, let's get to the fact of what happened to the Baxters. Or did not happen to the Baxters.
Big Mo. I saw her in an interview with Big Gold Belt, and I must say that is a good-looking woman. She looks nothing like this Big Mo that she's portraying. Anyway, she played the long game and she won. Shout outs to Big Mo, who says women can't lead. Thank you. Also ending Women's Month, or in the middle of Women's Month. Gina Baxter, she got what she wanted.
She did.
Shout out to the women. Okay. I thought she was gonna get her daddy killed, but she tried to get her husband killed. Then she looked shocked when her daddy shot the husband. I was like, bitch, did you not know what?
No, I think she was relieved. I think that was
that was not shock. I mean,
like she was like,
then she was like, oh, okay.
No, she knew what she was doing with those fake ass tears. I mean, she
absolutely. She manipulated him, Stacey. You know that.
Yeah, that was some Stella shit.
Yeah.
Like I was highly disappointed because Gina, I thought she had more nuts to be like.
Gina is a manipulator. She's been manipulating people the whole show.
Season 1, episode 1, she was like, Jimmy, you know what you need to do? Murder that whole family. And he was like, yes, baby. Yes. I just the whole crying. I was like, I thought she was gonna hire someone just straight up, like Frankie. I thought she was gonna be like, hey, Frankie, remember these draws? Go kill.
Bring Frankie back in not next season, but whatever. After.
But if you think about it, if she gets rid of her dad, his dad goes to jail. She's the boss.
Hence why she was
remember what her dad said to her. Her dad said, it's not how it's done. She said, turn it over to me. He said, it's not how it's done, which is true. They don't want women to run. But if you get your dad to kill your husband, he's going to jail. Guess who gets the empire?
That makes sense, though.
Well, technically,
I thought she was gonna cover it up that her dad did it, but she was like, oh.
No, she wanted him to go because she wanted to be in charge.
No, and technically, Carlo would get it because that goes back to last week's episode.
Okay, we know Carlo has no backbone.
Carlo ain't about that life yet.
He don't have no backbone.
I know, but that's why she's gonna be the shadow of the puppet master running everything.
But that's why he took off. That's why he took off that tie, because he's like, big boy get to wear big boy pants. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like,
yeah, he was a little too happy for his daddy to been,
almost murdered.
He's a mama's boy.
He was just like,
because he's a mama's boy. Let's hear less about that.
Well, she said you came out of me, so
I remember that.
Well, she wasn't lying. Didn't come out of his dad.
Came out his nuts too. I'm saying,
but literally came out of her.
I feel
formed and
you fed off me for damn near a year, so your allegiance is here.
And now she's like, come suck on this titty again. I just feel something weird about it. Anyway, it could be just me.
What is happening?
Kim, thoughts?
Yeah. Okay. So Gina did her thing. Wonderful. Mo did her thing. Wonderful. I'm just proud of those ladies. They did their thing. Anywho, the whole thing. Well, okay, so like Jamani said, I think it was Jamani who sent the text last night. What the hell is Michael in jail for? I'm like, so Rosie gets him out, and he did everything she asked him to do, basically, and now he goes back to jail. Wait a minute. What? So he wasn't doing this to get out of jail, to help her. That wasn't the plan, because they never told us the plan. They just initiated the plan.
The idea is that the point is he's choosing. Like he feels he has nothing left and he wants to be in jail. Like he walked in happy, not forcefully. Like because it wasn't.
That man is going to hang himself from a sheet like the second day, I'm sure.
He's gonna get back in that rodeo until that bull kills him
and snap his neck.
And that should have been the last scene. I wanted him to be
that would have showed that the show was bullshit.
I would have been like, ride that bull,
it would have brought it full circle. It would have been full circle.
I would have riding that. That would have been hilarious, because I'm like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, you better be like, I'm always wanted to be a rodeo clown when I didn't want to be a judge. And he's like, yeah.
No, but that was a dream according to Chris. So.
I love Chris. He was like, that can't be real.
No, that's real, absolutely. But I felt like this is. We needed to know. I understand that he broke the law, but can we have a scene where his fellow judge sentences him? Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. To jail, right?
To something.
So that we know.
Something.
Yes. Like, what did you go to jail for specifically, right? Let me know. I want to hear. And then we'll have his fellow judge say it to him like, man, I can't believe that, I have to do this to you because, we were, we don't get anywhere.
Where's that black woman?
Which one, sweetie?
The black judge that he fucked over.
Oh, you're talking about his the circuit judge who's basically his boss.
Yeah, remember her? Like, she should be the one to be like. Remember, he got her drunk.
Yeah, girl from Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, she's, to your point, she should have been the one residing over this case, one, and the one to look at and say, Mike, you're going back to jail, bruh. If not just for me, for all the other bullshit you did, but that's 10 to 15. I will see you when you get out. But like, that would have tied it together. That would have brought it together. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. So I still don't know. His mother-in-law still loving on him, which, okay. She's decided this is my son now, right? I'm just going to go ahead and embrace him, right? Whatever. Everything he did was for a purpose, and it was to protect his son, right? Even though his son was a piece of shit. The daughter giving Fia giving the goddamn baby to the minister. I understand her feelings are fucked up because Adam killed her brother. I get that, right? But just give the kid to your mother and father. Do we need a kid?
Because they're gonna raise him to be a thug.
Or the great grandmother who's a senator. Exactly. Who has nothing to do with anything. And Gangster Family would have murdered that priest and got that kid back. There's no way she walked out of that hotel with that kid, because she couldn't even get, when she tried to go for him, he was like, they're like, that's what you're not doing. They would have killed that priest. They would have killed that family. Gina especially.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
if this show was going on, I could see Gina finding that family, walking in there and snatching the baby up, which she got full guns blazing.
That would have been open King of Power.
Yes. I
mean, where they cut the hand off and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. I could see that. I could see Gina doing that. Absolutely.
She ain't let that great grandchild go. Fuck no.
That to me was ridiculous. I was like, come on, Fia. And then she's riding off to the sunset. The chick who knows nothing about life. She's still a child.
Gonna kill herself.
Yeah, basically, she needs to go kill herself because she's she has no. What is she gonna do?
High school dropout with maybe a GED.
Maybe she didn't even finish.
And Mike's
that college fund that she gave the baby away, so she kept the money.
Yep. She's right. She said, "Fuck that child," but I'm keeping that money though. Huh?
She'll be on the pole somewhere.
Probably, yeah. And her mother's gonna find her and bring her back.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mom ain't having that shit. Like she no.
Is she fully converted? Or I guess that's another.
That's another story, Stacey. You know what?
Wow.
She should have became a nun. That would have showed story arc. If she got that committed, and she's
not that innocent. No.
I would have been. I mean, you can repent. I'm saying you don't have to be. I mean, you can be legit. I mean, she would give her.
I don't think she wants to marry God, because literally, when you're a nun, that's what you do. No.
You can be a Baptist, something, so you can still get married.
But
I don't know.
She even believe in God, like before?
Well, that's why
she didn't believe in God. No.
That's why it would be a story arc. She's like, there has to be a God because there's definitely a devil because my family's the devil, some bullshit. And she's like,
yeah, I thought she was taking a baby to get baptized, and then she just left it. I was like, oh.
Because I mean, you can drop a baby off at a church or to a preacher or whatever, to a priest, and it's sanctuary. Like, you don't get in trouble for that. But the whole thing where he was just giving the baby to like this family, I was like, that's illegal. But that used to happen in the 40s and 50s, 30s. Or that did used to happen before the government stepped in and was like, you cannot do that. Like, you can surrender a child, but the child has to go to like a shelter or like an orphanage or something. Yeah.
Well, maybe off camera he like orchestrated the. Anyway, it's fine. They just wanted to know that the little boy was going to be in a good home that didn't have murderers in it.
Right.
I was like, yeah.
So, which is fine, but no, that's not going to work out. Gina's going to go get that baby. But anyway, and then other than that, I mean, what was her name? What is the lawyer's name? Oh my God. Lee. Her and her stink attitude. I was like, you know what? Like, relax, lady.
Get over this shit.
This boy actually did what they say he did. It was an accident, yes. But don't act like he didn't do it. Like, and he's being railroaded because he's Black. No, he's not. He did it. People saw him do it.
He did
I mean, you did that shit.
You did that shit.
So don't make it seem like, oh, you're attacking him because he's a Black. First off, the prosecutor's just as Black as he is. Okay, so
like what? Like,
yeah. So why are you making it seem like, oh, you're just picking on this poor? No. Now I do like the okie doke that was pulled about the gas, right? That was pretty damn good.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Yeah. And when the light bulb went off in his head and he actually reacted to it, that's a brilliant actor.
We had no gas.
Yes.
I was like,
but Mike was sitting there because I was wondering why they keep zooming in Mike's face when they were talking about the gas leak. He was like,
yeah.
I remember that pickle juice thing because I was mad about that pickle juice breakfast.
I was like, why
we had a discussion about that on our review.
We did. Like, why they got to be that fucking broke? I'm like, damn it. I was like, but at some point he was just like, you Black, so of course you didn't have no gas. But now it's like it's all part. But that should have.
They have a microwave though.
But why? They may not have even had electricity.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, they were. Why is the mother's name Family?
No, what was the kid that was Good Luck or some shit?
Yeah.
Yes. Female, female. Her name is Famali. That's what they said. Her name is Famali. What? I looked at closed caption. I swear to God, y'all. Look at the closed captions. I watched it with closed caption. It said Female, Famali.
Wow.
I was like, this is some ghetto shit.
Hey,
and then the child being named Good Luck. What? Come on.
That's not lucky. Pickle juice for breakfast ain't lucky.
Hey, yo,
that was like, crazy, y'all.
They're
Come
like,
on.
What would we believe? They're like, let's go for a Black. They need names that they're like, of course. Like,
yes.
And then the daddy was too busy because he was with his other girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's believable. That's believable. That happens a lot, but still,
they could have said he was in jail or something.
Yeah, but that would have been typical, right?
Either way.
Him being with a girlfriend, is it?
Yeah, that's true too. Well, I mean, he could have been dead too. They could have said he died.
They just killed him. But I mean, either way, Eugene was a walking, talking Black stereotype. I mean, there's nothing.
Oh, he absolutely was. He absolutely was. But I still thought that was genius what Lee did. She maneuvered it. She manipulated it. A woman, yes, manipulated. She did. She manipulated the whole courtroom.
3-0, buddy. 3-0.
Yes. 3 women who manipulated men into believing what they wanted them to believe.
She really likes me. Did you see me? She looked at me. She really liked me. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, that shit. You were wrong about that, Chris. That was pretty hilarious.
Absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
So can I get in now?
Of course.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to stick up for the guys on this because you know what I'm saying.
Chris.
It was Bryan Cranston that said he had to go out to get food. why did he have to go out to get food?
Okay.
So he was the one who put her onto it.
True.
She had all the time in the world to go through all of those court documents and stuff and could have found that, but didn't. I don't know. I like the fact that they actually had somebody come in in the last inning or the fourth quarter to try to put everything together court-wise with the quote-unquote pickle juice and the baseball.
Yeah.
But they must have had a legal expert who said objection, objection, objection. And then they said, yeah, you could probably start a line of questioning with that. And then they did that. And then they just let her just keep going. And it was just like, no, there would be another objection 2 questions later. And then that would have been the end of that. But they just story-wise just let it just keep going. Because I'm like, there's no way you could get all the way that far back in time as they went with, how did this be? How did, all the way back to the origin of the baseball? Like, there's no way you would have gotten back all the way to the beginning of time, other than just he was trying to sell you a baseball. I think Gina, that was very nice, outsmarting everyone. The husband, estranged husband, and the father. I thought the father was funny. He walks up and shoots him, and he doesn't even try to run away. He just falls to the side and lets the second shot hit him. Like it was just like Jimmy didn't know what was happening to him, and he walks up to him and just says, "You were never family." And it was all on camera. He doesn't say to her, "Turn off the cameras," because we are right now in the
hotel,
the security room, the room with all the cameras and everything that's showing everything. Turn off the cameras. I'm gonna go and handle this right now. Where is he? He's in his room. Okay, turn off the camera. Right? No, none of that. She just sits there and just like all that. No conversation afterwards when he's in jail. Like, you set me up or nothing. Just, it's all good. And then I'm like, I don't know how Big Mo is just like, I came up because I sold the club. Like, you fought tooth and nail for this club at the beginning of the season. You lost your girl just because she changed her mind. And you decided to sell the club, and we're happy for you. And we get an Empire-style musical performance at the end. What the hell was that? Like,
it was a beautiful song, though. I mean,
you just took the words out of my mouth. That was a beautiful song.
I was like, wow. I
loved it.
It was a beautiful song as a soundtrack. I'm like, why did we have to have the whole pretend setup of?
Have the montage.
Yeah, you gotta have the montage, bro.
No, I'm saying we could have had the song as a soundtrack. Why do we have to have the
actual artists? They want you to know.
Yeah,
they brought it together. They were like, "Hey, let's just have it song." I mean, everybody else's story was wrapped up somehow. Stacey had an alibi. What was that?
Oh, did y'all see the daddy almost fall when he was trying to walk out the room when he was grabbing his gun and he was like stumbling?
Yeah, it was like, damn. I was like, y'all
actor is very old. Like.
They should have reshot that. They should have reshot that.
They should have.
Yeah.
So my problem with the whole, like, Gina came up and Big Mo came up. Big Mo came up. I'm happy for her in an extent, but this whole girl power bullshit doesn't make sense because they're about to have a race war like 2 episodes before. So, like, I don't get that all of a sudden they're like, you go girl. No, you go girl. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like you were at each other's throats. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Also, Gina reminded me of Wendy Bird from the Ozark. Okay. Because that bitch manipulated and was winning. At the end of the episode, she was like, still winning, baby. I'm better off than when I started. And I was like, fuck you, Wendy, and fuck you, Gina. Like this, I was mad. Like I was very mad. I was like,
were
this,
you mad because both of those those characters were winning? Like,
no, I'm like so
because they were able to manipulate men.
no,
which
because I was
we've been
like
doing since Adam and Eve.
had a whole family murdered. Like she
Well, of
stick out.
course.
So I'm like that's I'm like that's unexcusable. Like that right there. Like I'm like, is she standing on top looking strong and then somebody shoots her in the
like
back?
Tariq.
Right? Like I would have been okay with that. If his son would have been like, nah, mama, last time I checked, I'm in charge, and shoots that bitch, then I'm like she
That'll
won.
come later.
Huh?
That'll come later.
Yeah, I'm like, where was the popsicle stick that he was talking about and all this other crap that he was talking about in like episodes?
Oh, that's right. Remember, he was talking. He and Fia were talking about how they could kill their parents, and he was going to use a popsicle stick. Remember that? That's what Jamani's talking about.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
He was like, the evidence will melt if I do it with a popsicle.
that's when Fia said, "You can be the Godfather." Actually, is when he was like, and I was like, "This is fucking crazy." But I hated Ozark for that, and I hated this show for that because I'm like, Eugene's family deserved better, right? And to the point. Now that we know that it had to be a foul play, there should have been an investigation opened with a new cop who wasn't on the payroll of the Baxters, and now they're under investigation. Something to say.
Yeah, but if they would have had another season, you probably would have got that. But we're not. There's no more.
I'm fine with off. You are under arrest. Gina Baxter, Jimmy Baxter, fucking, you are under arrest for suspicion of murder, and that's fine. At least there's.
But what evidence do you have to arrest them?
Off camera, they figured out that hey, there was Frankie, as we said every single episode since he got his ass whooped and just disappeared. Frankie is the one who snitched finally, and I'm saying so he snitched.
Yeah, but he snitched on the cop.
He didn't snitch on anybody. I'm saying he should have snitched. I mean, Frankie was probably the one that organized the thing. I mean, when Jimmy didn't do it himself, I'm sure he told Frankie to take care of this.
Right.
So I'm saying he could testify. That's what I'm saying.
But where's Frankie? They haven't shown Frankie in like episodes.
But that's my point. Like that should have been the trump card.
Oh, okay.
We don't even know if Frank is still alive.
I mean, he's definitely alive. I mean, he wasn't dead. I mean, he just somehow got overpowered by Jimmy, which doesn't make any sense. Why is Jimmy still alive? I mean, if somebody wants to, and then how
Jimmy's
is that?
dead.
Huh? No, he's not. He's alive. He's alive.
That's right. He's on the ventilator.
He opened his eyes. I mean,
he did. He opened his eyes.
He looked like Lamar. I was like, oh shit, season 3. I was like,
he gonna be a
he's gonna have a colostomy bag, and he's going after his family. He's going after Gina. He's like, well, after I stop shitting on myself, I'm going after the man that shot me. But again, what? So Grandpa is arrested for murder. That's what we're supposed to assume, right?
Yes.
That's not Rico.
Attempted
That's
murder.
not the point of Rosie Perez. That local cop could have handled that. Like Rosie Perez should not even be involved in this shit.
But that's why Rosie went to go see the father because she's going to
snitch on the rest of the families. Maybe.
But we shouldn't be guessing. Like that should be the play. Hey, if you don't want to spend your last 2 years in jail, I need your family.
He got a year left. The man is old.
No,
So
maybe I don't think it's going to be the other families. Maybe it's a possibility that he's going to snitch on Gina, just snitch on her specifically.
Well, I'm saying that we should have heard that, not just him sitting in jail like an old ass man trying to figure out where he's at. I'm like, hey, your daughter put you here. Like, what you going to do about it? And so Gina didn't win. Like, we know at some point she's going to get hers. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so can we? I want you to acknowledge that in this show, we did not get a white savior, right? Because Rosie Perez's whole purpose in this show, after watching all 10 episodes, was just to save Eugene at the end. It was just to be the savior. So instead of her character being the white saviors, she just came in and said, I have my federal powers and, I can make Eugene free at the last moment.
I hear you, but it was Mike that, like you said, turned the tide, right? Like it was Mike that was like, oh, but again, if that would have caused an investigation, then I see your point. In the end, Eugene was saved by the women.
Yeah, but to Mike's point, last episode, right, when he said he pulled out of the deal, why did Mike goes to jail then that night? That's when he goes to jail. why was Mike still free? For what purpose? Because nothing changed for Mike. It was the conversation he had. He went home. He had the conversation with Lee, comes in. Then he goes out jogging. He gets subpoenaed. You can get subpoenaed from a jail cell. They just bring you out. You come testify on the stand. You go back to your cell. What do you need to be free for? What were they waiting to send him back for?
They were not waiting to send him back. They were not waiting to send him back. Mike himself said, for some reason off camera, I want to be in jail. And that's why his mother-in-law drove him back. It was like, he was like, hey, you know where I'm living for the rest of my life? Jail. Just drop me off at the front gate. I'll be inside if you need me.
I thought that was Lee who dropped him off. That was Lee. Lee dropped him off. Lee. Yeah.
All right. Even more like they hate each other, which doesn't make any sense. But I'm like, all right. But I'm like, well, she hates him. I'm just saying, in the end, he sent himself back to jail because he feels that's where he belongs. And
But how can you just walk into jail? The jail doesn't just.
We hurt, Jamon. We all acknowledge that we don't know why he went to jail in the first place. We don't know how many years he got. We know none of this. But the story is he went back to serve his time. That's where he belonged, and now he's happy to be in jail. He's not going to look like Moses. But
I know, but I'm saying, is there any
know the deal
explanation
that
for why
Rosie
he was
gave him
outside?
Also,
I'm like,
we didn't know the deal that Rosie gave him either. Like that deal was all. They didn't really tell us
a lot of detail. It was like,
we don't have any detail.
Help me with the RICO, which he did not, because there's no RICO. They arrested the old man, and maybe the old man will flip. But I'm like, we don't know, man. If we knew what he went to jail for, he can only be in there for a couple of months. Like, we don't know what he's in there for. So she Lee may be picking him up in a couple of months, and all of a sudden they're a couple again or some shit. Like, I don't know. Then they adopt Eugene. I just want him to be adopted. I just want him to adopt Eugene. I want him to have a black mama and a white daddy, and he grows up strong, and he's going to become a lawyer because he sees the power of the law. And then he represents black kids who are stuck in the system. That's the spinoff. Eugene Esquire, because he's a lawyer now.
But can we say that young man did a good job? I think
he did an excellent job.
I thought he was really good.
He grew up, he lost weight. I mean, he looked good. I was like,
didn't he lose weight?
Yes,
like between, I was like, he's slimmed down. I mean, he's growing up, so I guess that's what it is too.
That growth
he's going through a growth spurt too.
Yeah,
21.
Also, I mean, he went to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
he's smaller. Definitely smaller. The beginning of the season to the end of the season, he lost weight.
Yeah, because they keep on showing you that flashback of the chubby kid who's like, "Oh shit, my house just blew up," and then all of a sudden he slimmed down. So I'm like, I was like, that's pretty good. Getting more back breaks. What? I got work on that one. Gas leak. Yeah, right. Your Honor went back to jail. Mike went back to jail. Like he's not a judge anymore. Leaving threads for season 3. So Bryan Cranston said there's no season 3. At least he will not be involved in season 3. I agree with you that they clearly left things open for a season 3. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but they did. They also did the same thing for Let the Right One In, and that got canceled. So, there's that.
It absolutely did.
I was like, because that show is not the one. I thought the singer's girlfriend was going to get shot. We all thought that. Like, what's the point of her? It's always that drug dealer who's trying to get out the game for the lover, and then that don't work out.
But why? Okay, this is what I'm trying to figure out.
Another girlfriend?
Why did Mo sell the club just because her girlfriend didn't want to be with her anymore?
Because she got the club.
Yeah, we said that. That's the only reason she got that club.
It's still a money maker.
But
because she wanted to take back the French Quarter so she can sell her drugs, so she can move away, so she can be the biggest goddamn drug dealers in New Orleans.
That's right. And
so giving up the club, why not?
She didn't get herself a hood girl who loves drug dealers. It's not that hard. She can be light skinned. You can find one in the hood. I'm sure. I mean, damn.
Wow.
Like a Louisiana Creole.
That's what I'm saying. You can find a nice Creole girl who's also Delta devoted. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey. I was like, I don't know.
Why date a drug dealer if you don't like, drug dealers?
What do you think I did for a living? If we would have found out that she thought she was a club owner, and then later on she found out she was a drug dealer, and then she had a wife and 3 kids, then you'd be like, oh shit. We could be like, okay, but y'all still love each other though. We're gonna work through this shit. Anyway, Jane St. Patrick. I'm sorry. Let the right one in. It's canceled. Yes. Let's see what we got. No, we're not doing season 3. New Orleans. What? Blues and the Best Blues. Yes. Also, Interview with the Vampire. I was just hoping that vampire would show up at night, and maybe Louis or Lestat could stop by the club and get a couple of drinks, and find a nice man and take him home. I don't know.
They can still do that. I mean, Gina owns it, so
we can still have that. Season 3, vampires come to the French Quarter.
And they own a hotel. So, they can sleep in the hotel and come out at night.
They got to be invited in first. You got to establish that. I love the long game. I wouldn't say that. I think Big Mo just realized that the Baxter family was bigger than her and figured out which Baxter will give her what she wanted. And if it was Jimmy, she would have been okay with Jimmy. Jimmy said no, so she went to Gina. And Gina was like, I don't like you, bitch, but that's okay. I'll let you sell drugs. And she's like, thank you, Massa. And then she ran off.
Massa? Really?
Yes. I say that. She was like, thank you, Miss White Woman. Thank you for letting me sell drugs. You can have my club back. Thank you. I'm sorry I bothered you and moved in next to you. I'm sorry. I'll go back to the black section, I guess. I don't fucking know. I mean, I thought they could have teamed up. If they forgave each other, they could have teamed up and been.
Well, she's moving her drugs or something, right?
No, she got the Colombian or whatever Latino connect. So the one ain't got nothing to do with the other. What happened to that?
I thought Carlo was supposed to be a drug dealer. Wasn't he trying to get into drugs? I thought they were partnering so Carlo can have a connect or something.
No. She sold the club.
So Carlo is legit.
He's a security guard and whatever the Baxter family now does now.
Yeah, remember Jimmy said he took the family out and made it fully legit, and the only criminal enterprise was the docks or whatever, was the port. That was the only criminal enterprise that was left.
We don't know.
I mean, Gina is not going to be dabbling in some shady business.
Gina should be trying to restart that development again, so she can start working with the New York family or whatever. Like,
what happened to Charlie and his whole?
Well, the mayor, remember Charlie had all the black people that were trying to do the deal. They were in his office at the end, so maybe he's doing the deal with them.
Oh, okay.
You ain't noticed that they were all behind him.
At that point, I tuned out. But I did not see that. But thank you. Well, once the music started playing, I was like, fuck this show. I was like, it's a beautiful song, but I was like, let's just wrap this shit up.
But that song was beautiful. I was like,
it was. Yeah.
But I knew this episode was gonna be shit when you saw him getting subpoenaed and dog barking. I was like, American Gigolo.
What about American Gigolo?
American Gigolo, when they had the dog and everything, I was like, they brought the dog back for when you heard the dog barking in the background when he got subpoenaed. I just like, oh, this is going down the route of American Gigolo. If they have a dog in the last episode,
it's always got to be the dog. That dog should have got.
That dog was in the whole show. Like he played his part.
The dog should have got subpoenaed. Every episode, that dog was coughing up new evidence.
What with the T-shirt?
I was like, damn it.
That
dog was working very hard to get his master put in jail.
It really was, and it didn't work. But he was trying.
Look, they're a killer. They lied. It's like I
got the T-shirt in my mouth with the blood.
Just give me immunity. I didn't want to be a part of this shit. They made me a part of this shit. I will testify. Like, what was that? They lied about the car. I was like, oh shit, the dog said y'all lied. You go to jail, all of you.
No, that should have been last episode. When Lee showed up to his house, should have been, all right, I'm not gonna testify, but you can subpoena my vet records.
Oh shit, it came out the dog. Because they had to take him to the vet. That's real. They had to take him to the vet because the dog was sick. I was like, oh shit, it was the vet records that take him down. Also, I thought Fia was trifling because she was using the baby as a ploy. I'm mad at you, Baxter, so I'm taking the baby to Mike.
Oh, let's talk about this. Is the second time on a Bryan Cranston show, because Breaking Bad, he left the baby at the fire station. Now she leaves it at the church.
Church.
Yeah, that's why I originally thought that was gonna happen, and it did end up happening.
Yeah.
But those are two places you can leave a baby and not get in trouble.
But Fia's a terrible mother. I mean, I did not appreciate how she was.
I wouldn't say she's a terrible mother. I would say she's young, right? And I don't think she really needed a baby because she literally was living off of her parents, right? She didn't need a baby. And then, but I don't think she was a child. I thought she was a good mom. But you have to understand too, if you send if the person that killed your brother, you had a baby with them, there's some mixed emotions in there. So giving the baby away, think about it this way. Looking at that child is Adam's child, right? As the child gets older, there's resentment there that she's not over, right? So it's better to give the baby away than to mentally abuse it. Because
no, I hear no. I'm not talking. One, she told the priest she forgave Adam, and
she said that. But why did you give the baby away if you forgave Adam?
Also true. No, I'm saying the way she used it with the family is what I'm talking about. Like,
again, she's a manipulator.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, just like her mama. I'm just like, and that's what I'm saying. With Gina was like, you ain't touching this baby. In fact, the whole family was like, you ain't getting this baby. I was like, there's no way she got that baby from that family. I was like, they would hurt her. I'm sure Gina would have been like,
well, she got it some kind of way because she got it.
Off
she
camera.
Gave it away, and her mother's gonna go get him.
If she took the baby when the whole shooting happened with Jimmy, that would have been the perfect opportunity. Like while all that commotion is happening, she snuck in and took the baby then. But obviously they didn't have enough budget or whatever or storyline to work that in. But that would have been the perfect time for her to take the baby and escape. I
asked the question, where did that gun come from? Because old man daddy just started walking, and then all of a sudden he had a gun in his hand, and I'm like, are you just walking around strapped all the time? Like I don't believe that. I was like, it just seemed very convenient that he was like, I shall go kill.
Well, he's a gangster, so I wouldn't see that he wouldn't have a gun.
I just felt
like that's weird for a gangster not to have a gun, don't you think?
And he should have staff to he's old as fuck. Like where's his protection? Like he should have staff with him to take care of him. I mean,
true.
I guess he's thinking, it's the family hotel, so it's not like he's out somewhere. Old public, he's at home. So
old enemies could have came for him. Anyway, this show is no more. So I'm okay with that. I could have had a spinoff with the Desire crew if they would have developed them more. I could have watched them. Her getting back into the game, more committed. She tries to get her girl back. Girl says no. She chases her for a couple of seasons. She buys a new club. Maybe she calls it Truth or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like then she adopts a couple of kids together. I'm saying, think about it. Like they get together.
Shoots her in the chest, and she falls over the balcony.
Then she adopts a son. She raises the son, and then the son's like,
"No, Lil Mo is the son."
Oh,
he gave it to her sister to raise.
That's right.
She got pregnant when she was a child.
That's right. And then Lil Mo kills Big Mo and takes over the business because she's like, "You standing in my way." I was like, "Oh shit."
Wait. What if Rosie Perez is her? They used to go to high school together.
Oh wait.
And she sees her in the club one night and is like,
"Wait, hey girl, did they ever meet? Did Rosie Perez and Big Mo ever meet?
No.
They could have been lovers. Yeah. They could have been high school lovers. I like where you're going with this, Jamani. Then they meet, and she's like, "Hey, girl, remember me back in high school?" Like, what? That's why she came to New Orleans, because she had roots there. And then they start dating and stuff. Then she like, "Oh shit, you're a drug dealer for real?" Like, yes. Anyway, just trying to bring the whole hashtag woman winning thing together, or just bring women together.
Women's Month.
There you go, Women's Month. There you go, Jamani. Just something together. I just need togetherness. Stacey said it. I didn't say it.
You said bring them together.
I didn't say coming together. I said bring them together. Anyway, watch Banshee Cinemax series. Many badass characters.
Fantastic.
That was a really good show.
Banshee was awesome.
Yeah, Banshee was good.
More makes me rewatch The Sopranos. Sopranos did better. No Walker, but all gunplay. Trying to figure that one out. Old man
can walk.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I got you. That's right. He's like,
he a walker with like a pistol.
On the side. He should have had a bell. Ding, 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 and then Jimmy explodes.
Who is Thea? You mean Thea? They keep saying Thea. Thea's that's devastating and broke. You mean Thea?
What? Oh yeah. It's devastated. Yeah. Well, she ain't broke again. She got Mike. She got Adam's tuition money. I think Giovanni said.
Yeah, but once that money runs out, that chick is running right back to her family because she doesn't know anything but being privileged.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Sorry, buddy.
She might get her GED, but she's definitely not going to get like a legit
She's gonna run back home and find out, oh, my daddy was shot a few hours before I left with the baby, and mommy doesn't want me because I don't have the baby.
I don't like you anyway. That's right. She's like, where's the baby? I had to kill a whole couple to get my grandchild back. I was like, I didn't want to do it, but you made me do it. I was like, damn, you dead to me. Dead. I was like, anyway, season 3, no. All right. That is the videos.
I actually thought they were gonna. I'm sorry. I thought that Gina was gonna set up Fia to take the baby legally and say Fia is mentally disturbed.
Oh.
Yeah, like when they were pulling her away and they wouldn't let her get to the baby.
Yeah.
I was like, Gina's gonna take that baby from her, but they didn't do that.
That would took too long. But that's a good. That's good. If they would have spread the story, they would have pasted out. That would have been good. And be like, now she needs a lawyer. Mike will defend her in family court. That would have been a better story than this shit.
No, Lee would have been there because that's Lee. She's the lawyer.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I like that. Big Mo and Rosie has possibilities. We're trying to work that out. I don't know. Maybe in another show. Maybe another show on Showtime.
They just tried to put Nancy in the episode, just like, I'm here to protect you after what you said in court today. Nobody is really trying to kill anybody anymore, but you know, it's just like, I'm here to protect you.
Bitch, you're the reason I went to jail. Because I confided to my friend and you got me arrested and sent me to jail for some shit that no one knows about except for you, Nancy.
But that was dumb because then the next scene was Mike going to jail, right? So I don't understand. Did you just do that just to have the woman on camera one more time? I was like, dumb.
It's like she should have been the one helping Lee drive him back to jail to be like, we'll be here when
yes,
you get out,
exactly. Yeah. Or she should have drove him back. He should have said to her, you don't need to protect me, but I need a ride to the back to jail. Can you do that? Yeah.
If I remember it was Lee. He and Lee should have been working it out as they were driving. Mike, I'm glad that you said the truth on the stand. You helped Eugene, whatever. And maybe when you get out, we could try this again. And he's like, I know your wife didn't love you anyway. I was like, yeah, she was for the streets. But baby, I think you would be better for me. And I was like, yes, that was unnecessary. I don't know why they did Robin like that. I did not appreciate. None of that made sense.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. But in reality, there are some women who are for the streets. I mean,
it happens. It was just
good. They
with her
married, but it's not. They still got to scratch that itch.
It was just hilarious. Mama was like, she didn't love you anyway. I was like, what? Like, bitch. I was like, why are you? This is not the time. This is not the time. I was like, I've been visiting her grave every year and shit.
I mean, she was being honest with him.
She should have said that before after she died, not like have me visited the grave and crying and shit. She didn't want you anyway, right? She was fucking this black dude, to be honest. I was like, what? Oh, damn.
Multiple black dudes, because that ain't the same dude.
It is absolutely not. I mean, they insulted us so many times with this storyline. I was like, she was once some big Mandingo drug dealer. And now we got some random ass reporter who never, ever came back to be like, I'm going to write the story of Eugene's family being murdered by the Baxters. I'm going to write the story that says my baby Robin got killed by a dirty cop. None of that came back. Fuck this show. Anyway.
One quick rewrite, right?
Oh, please.
Cheapskate in me, right? Instead of throwing that ball in the lake, oh my God, that's so much money, right? I'm like, he could have gave the ball back to Eugene in court. They put it in his property. Then when they came at the end to say, Rosie Perez, came and saved you, he got released. Boom, the ball is in his property, just like it was with Kofi or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes off with the ball and he can sell the ball because it's worth money.
But why couldn't you just give it to Adam's son?
Well, Adam's son just got kidnapped. So yeah.
But I'm just saying, like that, it was his dad's ball, right? And if anyone should have it, it should be Adam Jr., right?
it's
Rocco.
Rocco.
Rocco, not Adam
Rocco.
Jr.
it's
Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah, well, it's also pain and suffering since I got your family murdered and everything.
True.
Yeah,
just a
I
little
mean,
I get what you're saying, Jamani. I do.
I like that. Eugene, the Baxters didn't pay. Eugene just living his best life.
Well, I mean, Jimmy Baxter could be a paraplegic off of this. I mean, he paid a little bit.
But that was internal fighting that would have happened anyway. His wife just wanted to take over the business. Like, this ain't specifically related to the Eugene situation. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like somehow they should have paid for what they did to Eugene's family. Bet somehow Eugene's he's the son of a woman named Tasha, and he has a sister named Yaz, and they're living together as a family in Colorado.
Okay.
And I'm like, yes. And now Tariq has a new brother.
In 5 years, he'll mail a package to the Baxter Hotel.
Oh, remember Tasha's in witness protection too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're all together. I was like, you said Eugene mails a bomb to the hotel?
To the Baxter Hotel.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. That's awesome too. I'll just say it. Shadow and Bone. Huh? You say something? Oh, I thought they said something. Anyway, all right. Now we are done with this Baxter's Lie and Betrayal. Yes. All right, we're done with this shit. We're moving on to The Last of Us. We shall be discussing that and say goodbye to that. Ladies, next week we shall say goodbye to Mayor of Kingstown. We're doing Mayor of Kingstown next week. I just finished up that shenanigans. And what else?
Is Double Cross over next week?
Double Cross is over next week, so we'll just wrap up both those episodes next week. So we'll say goodbye.
Of Harlem is over next week.
Yeah. So we got Godfather of Harlem, Double Cross, and Mayor of Kingstown. We will say goodbye to those shows, and say hello to Yellow Jackets. Actually, Yellow Jackets will start again. So now that this show is over, and yeah, so we're doing all that. Stacey, I will not see you this week because there's no The Oval. I shall miss you. And we got a break until fucking Ruthless starts. that's like later this month. We'll figure it out. Yeah. All right. Let's